You get a new game. You get a new game. You get a new game. Psych. There you go.
Oh my god.
You know what? I'm gonna put that now.
Crunky Winfrey.
I'm gonna put that now. Oh, all right. Well, I guess that's the intro to Two Streamers in a Mod Pod.
What? He had no health.
Welcome back to another episode, Two Streamers in a Mod Pod. Frunky, Logan, and myself, Katie Vicious. We talk gaming related news, and it's been a while. Guys, it's been too long since we've done a podcast. Before we get into the gaming side, I just want to go over a little bit of what else we've been through in the past few weeks. I mean, okay. I know. We have
Life
something.
comes
There's
at you fast.
yeah. I know there's one big thing, and if y'all want to talk about it, we'll talk about it. But I just want to say, I appreciate being able to go out and seeing you guys out in public. Like it's been a really weird last year, and like a few weeks ago, we went to the gym together, which was something that was like hasn't been done in a long ass time. And then we saw each other again. So like, it's just cool that things are feeling, now that the summertime's around, that we're just, it's feeling a little bit normal-ish.
Almost back. Almost.
So
Seeing each other's faces in person.
exactly, because it's.
I forgot what your chins look like.
I just know what people sound like.
Yeah.
You guys got some cute chins.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I work out on it. I don't even know what that means.
You do these?
Yo, but you don't see it, but Logan actually did some chin exercises. Okay. So what have you guys been up to past like few weeks? Logan, you start. Logan, what have you been up to the last few weeks?
Just now that summer's here and school's over, been creating more content, which I've really, really, really been enjoying doing. Live streaming Valorant, posting my weekly, like, This Week in Gaming videos where I just talk about what's going on and give my opinions, my takes on what's going on. I've been having a lot of fun creating those and doing a lot of coaching. Our summer basketball schedule started. For those of you who don't know, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned on here that I coach basketball. So been super busy coaching basketball.
Only 100 times.
3 times a week. Yeah. I feel like I mentioned it a million times. But yeah, live streaming 2-3 times a week, man. I've been loving the grind of Valorant. So, man, just enjoying life. Again, being able to actually go out and do things and not feel paranoid or anxious about getting sick, because that was really tough for me for a long time. So I'm just enjoying the summer, man.
Yeah, it's so weird going out and the mask not being like part of your outfit, not having to be part of your outfit. Like I know a lot of us still keep them around just in case type of thing. Like you never know when you feel uncomfortable. It happens.
Right.
But not feel like it's like, all right, I got my wallet, I got my keys, I got my mask. Like that used to be the thing.
Phone, wallet, key.
Yeah.
Wallet.
Frunky, how you been the last few weeks?
Last few weeks, school finished. I had a week off to enjoy myself, but a lot of planning was going on that week. Had a lot of things going on, as some of you may know. This past weekend, was it already this past weekend? Yeah, I guess whenever this airs, maybe 2 weekends ago. I got engaged to Miss Crunky.
What? I wasn't there.
Yeah. You were not there. I think there was a guy that looked just like you, and he was taking photographs, and did a wonderful job taking photographs. So shout out to that guy.
Congratulations,
Like,
Crunky.
Yeah, congrats, man.
Yeah, man, got engaged. You know, I wasn't there. Then this week camp started. We just went through a 3-day heat wave, and I'm telling you what, man, that heat just whooped my ass. I've been beat, and then finishing up a kids football camp that I was volunteering for this week. That should be done tomorrow, or maybe not Tuesday if they got to cancel it again. But yeah, once that ends, hopefully, you know, we get back to maybe, you know, stream a little more, seeing what we do, or maybe just finishing some games. Since I've been inspired by Plátano con Salami, some of you may know.
Shout out to Plátano con Salami.
Shout out to Plantain of the salami.
Because I'm inspired to finish, you know, single player games that I need to finish that have stories to them. And right now I'm in the middle of Horizon off stream, Zero Dawn, and that game is honestly a lot of fun. I think I'm at like 50% completion right now. Actually, I gotta finish.
Can I ask a serious question before we get into like the topic that we were going to discuss? Do you guys honestly feel like Valorant is a good game to stream? Because I feel like I watch you guys. Let me just explain. Because I feel like I watch you guys and you guys love Valorant. But there are times where the frustration, it just is overwhelming. And then I watch you guys and you're like, I'm bummed out for you because you guys are having bad matches, or you have bad teammates, or you have toxic teammates. So I'm just curious. I'm just like, do you really feel like it's a good game to play online?
You know
on stream.
So yeah, you know the problem with it, because I guess I've watched, you know, better pro players actually stream when they're streaming not off the actual esports. They're obviously playing with the best of the best ranks, and sometimes, you know, people get boosted and they look and they're now playing with the pedestrians of the game as opposed to the pros, so they're like, what the hell is this guy doing, this and that. But for us, because we're so new to the mouse and keyboard, and, you know, I'll say it, I'm not that good on mouse and keyboard. We are in bronze, but I actually am so committed to trying to get better. But the problem is that's not the case in that ranking. Like the bronze, like there's too much fooling around, or people that aren't even trying to be good, or then the people that are legit new, and then you get teamed up with them and they really just have no idea. So I'm at the point where obviously I'm invested into, you know, watching pro Valorant. So like I'm actually trying to get better and communicate when it's a game 100% based on communication.
Yeah.
And playing games where no one's talking to you, it's like it's such a incremental part to like the success of the game. So it like, I guess for us, or at least me personally, like, yeah, maybe it's not the best thing to stream, but at the same time, kind of like what the heck we were talking about to start the damn show, as you saw, there ain't no new games to there ain't new games to play. It's just, I don't know, there's nothing that's actually worth, I mean, something new, brand new, worth playing. That's how I feel.
What are you looking?
I feel like I think up until like a week ago, I would say like I would agree. Like I think that sometimes the frustration was overwhelming. I feel like in this past week, I've kind of like, I don't know, I've kind of just feel like I've found my my groove, and like I'm finding my voice when streaming, for lack of a better way to put it. And it's kind of like I'm just more focused on like me and my energy and my enjoyment. And it's like when I'm playing ranked Valorant, I'm trying to win and I'm trying to play together as a team. Obviously, I'm trying to rank up. But like in those moments where I'm not playing well, or if I feel like I'm on a team that's not coordinated, not communicating, like I've been able to, I mean, you would be able to give me better insight on this than I would myself, because you guys are watching, or anybody who's watching. But I feel like I've begun to better find a way to be more focused on me and my energy and what I'm doing, versus letting the frustration overwhelm me. At least in like the past week or so. But prior to that, like I'd be like, man, this is driving me nuts, you know. But yeah, I is it, to answer your question, is it a good game to stream? Like I enjoy watching it. Like when I'm watching other people play, like I think it's a very watchable game. And it, because there's no, like the other games that I would be streaming right now, there's just so many hackers and cheaters that it's like, it's that frustration would be more overwhelming than the frustration of Valorant. Because I'm still in a process where it's like, I know I'm not that good at Valorant, so I'm like, man, I got to get better. When I'm playing like Warzone, the level of cheaters in that game is just like, this is not like often it's like this ain't got nothing to do with anything other than these people are hacking and there's no banning, there's no nothing. You know what I mean? There's no
Apparently,
anti.
Apex is having issues too
So
now.
yeah, Apex, you run into a whole bunch of hackers. Like I would rather play Valorant and try to get better and rank up and stuff like that than play an Apex or Warzone and run into hacker zone.
Now,
I
don't get
think
me
it's
wrong.
crazy.
Yeah, don't
go
get me
ahead.
wrong though. Like I guess the question isn't like a good question because a lot of what you guys play are competitive stuff. So like either way, the frustration is gonna be there if you play. You know, whether you're playing Apex, Warzone, like the frustration is
Yeah.
can get you.
Yeah.
It just seems
Right,
like
right.
it just seems like the streams that I've seen you guys play.
And-
I don't know what it is, but like toxic players. There's all it just like there's so
It is crazy, man. How
I'm gonna
it,
turn on
it
my
comes in
fan real
bunches.
quick because I'm hot. I'll be right back.
it is crazy how toxic, the game. That's word is such a soft thing to. I mean, because I remember the Call of Duty lobbies, but it was more like, yeah, you're fooling around and you just know everyone after they get set up in the pregame lobby or endgame lobby, they talk so much crap. Like that's fine, but like example, Valorant, you can only hear your teammates. So why are we even talking about being toxic? Like it's literally your teammates. And that's the problem. Like that's what makes that crazy to me. Like Call of Duty back in the day, you get in the pregame, postgame lobby, you're just because he's like, we beat you. Like after you get to hear everybody. Valorant, you literally can only talk to your teammates.
That's a good
And
point.
except for the all chat where you're sitting in chat and then it's just like some people are stupid and you don't know how to really read just text because it could be so misinterpreted. But it's like, I don't know, man. It's weird because
Yeah.
it's like I'm not all about we already like the softness of the world like has become at an all-time high and I care like I'm so against that, but it's like it's different the way it's like happening in games now with like it's just dumb to me like toxic like that like when you're throwing games like it's like I'm not soft about you doing that like you're just ruining the experience and
Yeah,
the
yeah.
same thing with cheating like the amount of why there's like that's crazy that there's that many cheaters and like toxic players because they're just ruining the experience. That has nothing to do with being soft and not wanting to do something. Like when I say kids are soft playing sports nowadays, or soft because somebody said something to them a certain way. No, when it comes to gaming, people are ruining the gaming experience for others. That's why that's I guess how I would take it as toxic.
What's just so weird to me about it is like you're taking time out of your day to go do that. It's like you don't have
Straight
anything
trolls.
better to do than to try to make other people upset. Like, I mean, that's more of an indictment on where you are mentally and in life than anything else. It's like, oh, I'm miserable. So rather than bettering myself, let me make other people miserable. Like, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
It's, I feel bad for people like that, but it's get out of my game.
Exactly, especially in ranked.
Right.
But that's the most mind-boggling one. That's why you get mad. It all comes down to that. If we're being honest now, once again, it's ranked and unranked. So why are you hopping in ranked? You're not willing to even try and talk, or you're not willing. All right, let's just say you don't have a mic. Then I don't know why you're playing the game. Knowing how based it should be in talking and whatever. But all right,
Right.
then the kids that it's like then you're not even listening because you should be able to hear people. Then you're not even listening to the tips or information your teammates are trying to give you, and you're just continually going rogue, doing weird stuff. Or if you're
Mm-hmm.
so brand new, we were playing the other day. Was it the Phoenix or somebody? I forget who. Literally was like doing the dumbest stuff in the game, but it's just like. Then you type, "Oh, my first time playing, a long time haven't been." It's like, then do yourself a favor. Play like 3 unrated games before you like. What are you doing? Like, why do you have to play ranked then? Like, why play ranked if you're gonna act a fool or be like. I don't know. But I mean, I guess there's always those moments. It's like I get like the one night when Lolo was all serious about like I knew I probably shouldn't have played. I was a few deep. I was gonna try, but like yeah, I knew I wasn't at my best. But I don't know. I guess we've all been there before, and that's just how The cookie crumbles. But
I knew you were gonna say that. Something told me I knew you were gonna say
You
that's
guys
the way
the
the cookie crumbles.
I
Oh
know,
my
I feel like
god.
he says it every episode. He says it at least once.
The cookie crumbles? I said that before?
Yeah, you have. You have actually.
That's hilarious.
That's your
I didn't know.
catchphrase.
The cookie crumble.
All right, Bruce
The crunky,
Almighty.
that's how the crunky crumbles.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, he crumbles. Just watch his streams. So you guys, we were talking about, or we just brought it up about how like there's really no new games, right? If you go watch Lolo's last This Week in Gaming, he talks about how there's really no new games. E3 was a few weeks ago. Again, just if you want to talk about like the best top headlines for E3, Lolo has a good, we'll put it in the description down below, but Lolo has a good This Week in Gaming about it. So I actually wanted to talk about what wasn't announced in E3 because that's also pretty important. So I'm going to actually list a couple games and then just like pick which one is like the biggest disappointment that we didn't hear about, or if you have another one. But so the games I have on this list are Pokemon, Elder Scrolls 6, Fable 4, Skull and Bones, Gotham Knights.
Sorry.
It's messed up. Gotham Knights and Deathloop. So out of those games, or if you have another one that you could think of like that, like oh my god, I can't speak. The developer was there, but they didn't actually announce anything for one reason or another, or even though they should have. What game sticks out to you as like a missed opportunity?
Before like internet, like I think there's two games we should take off the list right away.
Which is what?
Skull and Bones does not exist anymore. I'm telling you, that game is dead. There's that game. If that game ever comes out, I would be like so shocked. I think that game is dead, and they just haven't announced it yet for whatever reason. They probably forgot that they haven't announced that it was dead.
That would be wild.
About it.
Report
like,
comes out that game development stopped 6 months ago. Like what? That would be crazy.
Right. Somebody's gonna be like, Ubisoft, is Skull and Bones like still in development? They're gonna be like, no, why would you ask that? Like, didn't we tell you a year ago that this game was dead? Nope, you forgot. And Deathloop, I think Deathloop is like one of those things where it wasn't there because I forgot about this at the time. Deathloop is a PlayStation exclusive, and Bethesda only had their Xbox show, so I think that's why they didn't mention that one.
Yeah, you're right. It's kind of like an asterisk because it is Bethesda's the parent company, but yeah, it was a PlayStation. So maybe that, even though it is also on PC though, it's not just PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
but I have to think that Xbox was like, bro, y'all can't mention this one. You know what I mean? Like, I'm guessing that'll come to Game Pass in like a year.
Right.
But
okay. But we still got like 5 Pokemon, Elder Scrolls, Fable, Metro Prime, Gotham Knights. Crunky, which one sticks out to you the most as like most disappointing that we didn't see anything, hear anything?
I guess now that we're mentioning it Elder Scrolls. You know, like what is the information? What is the expected date we're gonna see Elder Scrolls 6? But it's not even about seeing or anything. Like they didn't announce, like you said, or mention it. Like you could tell us at least where you are in the development process of the game. Maybe a new feature that we can expect, but not seeing what Elder Scrolls has to deliver is a little sad.
Is it exclusive?
Is it
100%?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
Absolutely. Pokemon, like they had their little announcement before, so it's like you didn't give us no new information on Pokemon. Another one you left off the list, Nintendo, Splatoon 3. Like,
oh yeah.
People were waiting for that thing to pop. But yeah, and then the granddaddy of them all that we found out recently, I guess the last couple of days, 2025, baby.
GTA 6.
And now we're hearing leaks of Vice City. I just hope they don't. It would be bad. I mean, if they're going to 2025, we better get new. It better not be whether they want to keep that. If they keep the story going from Vice City, dope. And it's gonna obviously be smart. But don't give here and give like a semi remastered Vice City Vice City game either. None of that. Don't
Would
like
you take
rematch.
Would you take a remastered Vice City in the meantime, like an in between game?
Like if it wasn't gonna slow down their process of making the game,
Yeah.
like if they could just drop it. I
Right,
mean,
right.
yeah, that would be
Like if
kinda
they were
dope.
like GTA 6 is coming in 2025, let's just say that's actually
Mm.
it, and they were like, but we're gonna drop Vice City next year.
Honestly, I'm at such a. It's like, yo, that would be mad dope remaster, but at the same time, it's like I don't even want you developers anymore to waste resources. Like I'm so over it. Like I'm so over the remaster. Like I just guess we need new games. We know this,
Yeah,
right, Lolo?
I don't
We
think
need
I'd want
new
it.
games.
I don't think I'd want it.
I could care
I,
less. Use your
I've been
resources where they need to go.
I've been banging the table for new games, as you guys know. However, Vice City would be one I would accept. Vice City is that's my favorite GTA. That's the only reason why.
It's probably like my second favorite, but
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know if you guys remember what it looks like. It
was
did
so
not age
blocky.
well.
No,
yeah,
it's
it does
so
not.
blocky. I know.
So even like a
It's buffalo.
remaster, it'd have to be like a really like the
Oh,
amount of
absolutely.
resources that they'd have to dedicate to remaster it. It kind of
That's
goes to
what I'm
Crookie's
saying.
point.
I
Like
know,
Right,
just
right.
I just
yeah.
know it wouldn't be what it needs to. I mean, I know it would affect the latter, but I mean, exactly. I know they keep saying Vice City, but now it makes me want to go back. Like maybe have to go look up a mashup of the whole cutscene, like follow that story, because that would be dope if they bring him back and like you play as him again, and like a story continues from the last time.
I think
That would be cool.
for me, I think I'm just because I'm so heavy on RPGs. Fable 4 actually kind of sucks that they didn't announce anything about it because I'm pretty sure when they did like the Xbox showcase when the Series X was coming out and they were showing all those games off, it was like we have one more thing, and it was like the last little teaser.
And what did they just gave? Did they give anything?
Nah, I'm pretty sure they played like the music and they had like the overhead, like almost like you were like a bird's eye view flying over.
And the last time they actually announced the game, wasn't it a 10-second clip of a damn frog? Wasn't that Fable? Or was that something else?
I don't
could have
remember
been.
that.
I don't remember that.
What was the last thing? It was something last year. What was the show? It was the conference.
Yeah, exactly. It was something like that, and then it just kind of went into Fable. Like it just showed Fable. It was a little teaser. So I was hoping for something. I don't know if maybe like a generic date, like coming 2022. Like that would have been okay too, but just something because again, we're at a point where the games we have, we're getting frustrated and tired of them. Yeah. The games that are coming out aren't coming out for a while. Like the biggest game, without a doubt, that they announced at E3 was Halo, and that's not until holiday season. So between now and then, we've got 3-4 months of what?
Yeah, I would agree with you. I think the one I'm most surprised that they didn't say anything about was Fable because, like you said, they've already kind of given a teaser for that. Then there's the frog trailer was for Fable.
The frog eating a fairy or something like some fairy. It wasn't even real.
But there's been rumors for years now that what is it, Playground Studios? I think like the team that does Forza was working on this game, and those rumors were around for a while before the teaser, which means I would have thought that they would have been in development for some time, and then they have the teaser. It's like I'm not necessarily expecting that game. I don't think anyone would have expected it to come out this year, but just maybe one of those one more thing and like have shown something about Fable, some kind of development update or something like that. That's pretty surprising. And then not a game, but I'm very surprised that Nintendo didn't show off a Switch Pro or like an updated model of the Nintendo Switch. Like I thought for sure that was going to happen. But I believe, putting the tinfoil hat on, I think that they have a Switch Pro that would have been ready to go, but they want to launch it with the new Zelda, and Zelda's not ready yet. So I think that they're waiting for Zelda to get finished, and then I think it's going to be here's the Switch Pro, and Zelda launch title day one, boom. Like that's my I don't even know if you want to call that a conspiracy theory, but that's my thought that they were like, we don't really have any huge games to launch with this thing. Like it's going to be they're probably looking at PlayStation and Xbox, and they're like, if we launch this now, it's just going to be remasters or games that are upscaled or whatever. Like, let's just hold off because Nintendo is always patient. They play at their own pace. And they're probably like, let's just hold off another 6 months or a year, whatever it is. Because I mean, the first Switch launched, I think, in March, and like it was like the weirdest time. Like most consoles usually launch during the holidays. I think the Switch launched in March or May, one of those like just middle of the year months. So I don't think they really care when they launch their console. They just want to make sure they have games with it. So
Yeah.
I think that's probably why we didn't get that announcement. But Fable, and Switch Pro were my two. Like, I'm really surprised we heard nothing about these things at the show.
What
Before-
was that game?
What?
Real quick, the game. Oh, was it the day before? Yeah, that's the game. I'm trying to look it up right here. The day before.
That division type
That
game was
division
zombie.
survival type looking game. Remember that had multiplayer? What's up with that?
Yeah, I think
First
that was
of all-
real. I think they were like real early with that game when they showed anything.
Yeah, that looked real. It looked real early, first of all, and then I watched some gameplay. I feel like they're overhyping it. I'm not that confident about that game as much as I was when I heard about it.
When we first heard about it.
Yeah, I mean, if it comes out and try it out or whatever, that's one thing. But as you know, that's just how we are with our
Set to
ADD of
release-
games.
And
Set to release Q2 2021. That was the last thing. And that was on June 7th. This article from Game Rant. These guys they disappeared. This ain't coming out. Bro.
Q2 2021 or Q2 2022? Because Q2 2021 is probably already close to passing.
Correct. That's why I'm laughing. 2021. This is crazy.
Oh yeah,
Maybe, who knows? Maybe they'll just maybe it'll be one of those.
Pull a Apex.
Yeah. To your point, I think right after E3, Todd Howard, the dude that runs Bethesda, said that they were literally in the planning process of the next Elder Scrolls. Like they aren't even in development. Like they're just coming up with ideas right now. They're like pre-development, story building or something. Whatever he said, it was
For what game?
for the next Elder Scrolls. So that's nowhere near coming.
oh yeah.
Like, I would expect a tease at the next E3 that it's coming out like the year after that. I'm sure all their work right now has to be on Starfield because I think they kind of have to get that game right. It'll be the first major AAA new IP that they're making after the Xbox deal. Like they're probably making sure they put everything in that basket to make sure it launches well. Because the last big game they put out was, maybe I'm wrong, maybe not the last big game they put out, but then the last somewhat original game like Fallout 76 was awful at launch, and they got killed for that. So they're probably trying to make sure they get the next one right, especially after somebody paid them $7 billion to do it.
See, but like, man, that's the thing. And whatever, they got to do what they got to do. We're dying for these games, and we talk about Grand Theft Auto. Let's just say it does come out in 2025. Like, watch Elder Scrolls release within a month of this GTA. They're like a month apart. Like, I don't want that either. Like, give me a game so I can enjoy. Like, why y'all got to come out at the same damn time? Like, what's the play I have?
They get together. They're like, November 1st, we're gonna launch all our games at the same time.
Everybody,
the competition to see who sells the most.
Everybody, you know what? They probably do that, but not with GTA because I'm sure everybody is like, hold on.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody is now looking at 2025. Like, let's either get this out in 2024 or 2026. We do not want to release it in 2025.
I already circled the entire year of 2025. I'm like, I'm ready for it. That's how GTA is.
I put in my days.
Yeah.
I already put all my vacation days.
A 1 year hiatus off of work.
Yeah. I'm saving all my days for the next 4 years for that year.
Yeah. Wow.
Real quick, because Sony wasn't on E3. They have to be doing like a state of play soon. I don't think there's like an exact release date. How do you think they crush it, or do you think it becomes a little bit of a disappointment too?
Disappointment.
You think so?
I think it's a guaranteed disappointment.
The way Microsoft is out here throwing haymakers.
No, don't get me wrong. Microsoft is killing it, and I've always been somebody who's bought PlayStations, and in the past like 6 months, I've been like champion like Microsoft and their subscription service, Game Pass. So I'm all for it. Like I'm glad that I'm not narrow-minded enough that I'm just like, but Sony, like, nah, listen, Game Pass is legit. Game Pass is no joke. Microsoft is no joke. Like they got their games, but Sony does have God of War coming out. I feel like they'll definitely announce something about God of War, which is a huge game. Insomniac, I wouldn't be surprised if they would announce something. I really would like a new Infamous game, but I don't know if that's even in the pipeline.
Mm.
You know
The
what?
last
Like
one
the
was
thing
pretty
is,
good.
like Sony
Yeah.
will kill it, God of War, but now the way they've been saying is like that's the later one. It's like they gotta still mention, I guess not mention, but like I guess show more on Horizon, like because like we know that's what's coming before God of War. Like yeah, they can.
That's true.
I guess they can name a bunch of stuff, but it's again. So yeah, what are we talking? Like they'll crush it maybe, and they even can show it. Like, but what's actually coming out within the next 6 months? Like even because like I know God of War ain't coming.
Right.
Like it'll be dope. Like they'll announce it, and that shit will be fire. But it's like again another game that's who knows when. And
Yeah,
like, what else?
I don't think they're in a position to crush it for a couple different reasons. One, I think the fact that Horizon doesn't have a release date yet is bad news for that game as far as when it's going to come out. I think that, and I kind of talked about this in like my last video. I think that we're finally seeing the effects that COVID is having on these games being developed. Like I think that in a perfect world they would have had Horizon out already. That seems like the type of game they wanted to have out in May or June and be like a summer. Yeah, like you know what I'm saying. Like have that already out the door. So the fact that it doesn't have a release date, I bet that there's probably a chance that it doesn't even come out this year. But if it does, they're gonna have to give that game its moment in the sun before they talk about a God of War release date. And the last thing we saw of God of War was just a title. That game might not even be like they might be nowhere near. Yeah, that is probably like very, very early on in the development process. Like that game probably is nowhere near coming out. Ghost of Tsushima, they started talking about there was rumors that this director's cut was coming out or a Miles Morales type like standalone game.
What does director's
and then
cut mean? Can we talk about that real quick? Can someone talk about that?
that's just more content.
It's the same game, but more content. I don't know.
Right.
It came out. I think they announced.
Well,
it
no,
yesterday.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think because of rumors, like now that game has already been like that's something I think they would have liked to save for their state of play that now already got officially announced because it got leaked. So it's like I don't really see what they could be showing enough of to drive a lot of excitement. Like I think they'll have a lot of Horizon, maybe a Horizon release date, but a lot of Horizon gameplay. I don't expect any God of War gameplay. The Ghost of Tsushima thing was just announced. Like, what else is there? Maybe a Ratchet and Clank DLC, Deathloop stuff.
Listen,
but
I think they can crush it in terms of maybe announcing, but what's actually going to be delivered within 2021, I don't think anything. Like, exactly. Like, nothing will be delivered.
But like a surprise to crush it. Yeah, I think I forgot. Naughty Dog hasn't done anything in a minute, and I feel like they have to announce maybe like either Last of Us. I'm really not a big fan of remakes, but a Last of Us remake.
Oh, that's happening. I think that's I was gonna say like
why are they gonna make another? Why would they?
They already said they were remastering it. I was gonna say the one thing that I could see generating some buzz is I could see them being like Last of Us Part 1 remastered for PS5 is coming out this year. Like that could be something I think would generate some buzz if they were like, hey, this game is going to be done in December. Like this is coming in December. You know what I'm saying? Like that's something I could see happening because they already have the engine and everything. They just have to up-res it all.
Yeah.
Until somebody remasters,
not that that's easy.
Until somebody remasters Ark on the PC or Trog or some shit, like I'm tired of these games, man. Oh, just stop remastering these games.
Yeah, they're not even. They're not even old.
Old.
Exactly.
Like that's remaster some old stuff that has the blocky. Like if we're talking about like exactly.
Like one of my favorite games. I've said it here before. Final Fantasy VII. They remade it. That game came out in 1997. That game was a good example of what you should remake. They put dialogue in it. It was all text last time. It's like 3D. It's amazing graphics now. Like that makes sense.
That's a remaster. You're right. Yes. That's a good example. But this other stuff, games that came out in the last gen, last/current gen, like that's not remastered.
Yeah.
Or dropping. I mean, I guess.
Or Splinter Cell, just throwing it out there.
Like your Splinter Cell. Yeah, you were joking about that before we got on here. Look, like that would be fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We got Freedom Fighters remastered. I don't know why that game. used to play that with me.
Freedom Fighters. What the heck is that?
Oh, that game was good. That game was
Yeah, I remember that
good.
game.
That
I
game
look
was
this up.
good.
Well, I'll look it
on the
up
OG
after, but,
on the
yeah.
OG Xbox.
Honestly,
on the
I
OG
looked it
Xbox.
up like recently, like I guess maybe a couple months ago. Though I'm like, this looks so bad, but like at the time, I know I used to play that stuff.
Yeah,
It was so
KD
good.
Freedom Fighters was like kind of, if I remember correctly, it was kind of like an alternate, like one of those type of games where it's like, imagine if the Nazis won World War II, kind of similar to that like concept, except I think it was like the Soviet Union, maybe it was like Cold War, but then it was like you were this guy who was like a freedom fighter who was like you were like recruiting people to like make your like and make your team better, stuff like that, like that kind of game. You know, it was like a third person shooter. I'm pretty sure, right? It was third person, right, Crunky?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I don't know
It
if
was
this
cool.
is like I don't know if this is like a knock on because I'm looking at like a few images of it. I don't know if this is like a knock on like how bad things looked back then, or like maybe this is like an accomplishment for like mobile games. This looks like a mobile game to me.
But see, yeah, like remastered.
OG
this,
Xbox.
right? Something that's
Yeah.
actually you need a remaster, right? But not
Yeah.
obviously that game. There's plenty more games that we could remaster.
That's wild. All right, I think that was a good episode. I think we talked about enough stuff, man. Is there anything else you guys want to add before we hop off and finish this episode?
Tune into Lolo streams. Follow that man on YouTube. That man's crushing it. We're gonna bring Lolo to the top,
Bring
and
him
then we're just gonna go
to the
along for
tippity top.
ride.
I have a streaming
Is it
schedule
going
for
on for
the summer. I think I have an official streaming schedule for the summer, so that's exciting.
This is
Monday-
news. Breaking news. Breaking
Breaking news on the two streamers in the mod pod. Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I don't have it'll be around 12:30, 1 o'clock, or in that ballpark. I don't have an exact time because I get home from basketball practice. I gotta eat and stuff. But somewhere around noonish, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I will be live on YouTube.
Nice.
YouTube.com/CX49_?M3 all those
If
things
that-
until I get 100 subs, and then I get YouTube.com/whatever I want it to be.
Yeah, that I'll put the link in the description below. That'd be wild though if that was the actual link. Like if you memorized it, I think that
No,
would
you
be
ready?
wild. Yeah.
You ready? I'll give it to you right now. Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
if you want to, if you guys want to tune in, if you guys want to tune in, youtube.com/channel/UCWALXUSCBMJ_1CMP0VQJBKW. And if that last zero is actually an O, I mean, it's really hard to tell, but it's either an O or zero.
So either get sent to Lolo's channel or like some random ass I don't know.
I'll
The
let you know
Food
right
Network.
now. I'm gonna put it in. I'm gonna find out what it is. I'm gonna find out what it is right now. Okay.
Yo, that would be wild.
Channel. All right, so it is a zero because I just put an O and it said channel does not exist. So there you go.
Or instead of listening to it, just look at the description down below and I'll make sure I put that in there.
Let's go.
Yeah. If you
And we
guys
get to 100 subs, and then we become
And then-
youtube.com/Lolo.
nice.
There's not already a Lolo. Wait, did you check that? Actually, let's see.
I did check, and there wasn't last I checked.
Yes, there is a singer with 28,000.
Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
Then I got some other ones in mind. So I'm not gonna release those just
yeah.
in case.
I think I know which one. Whatever.
All right. So that is the end of the episode. If you enjoyed the conversation, if you like what you heard, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, put a comment down below. Let us know how we did. Let us know if you like the way this looks. It's a different format for us. I appreciate all you guys. As we always say, play games you like, stream content worthwhile, and keep having discussions. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.
Peace.